I have argued with men over Brock Turner because they have said to me, he is an egregious rapist. And I have said, well, have you looked at the story? Have you looked at the whatever? And they're like, they can't hear it because to hear that they might be like that guy means that all the scorn that was heaped on him could have been heaped on them in another time and another place.
Like,
And they're not
phew.
ready.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Like, phew,
They're
I
not
didn't.
ready to have that. They don't want to hear that. That would mean that they had been fighting on the wrong side, if there is indeed one side. I think there's many sides. But when we talk about the Brock Turner case, which hopefully, our listeners are familiar with, I've done, an entire 2 hours with Megan Daum about that. You and I have spoken about it. We've talked about it at length. Um, One of the things that I learned through studying that story was the ways in which feminist legal scholars and lawyers had changed, for instance, the definition of rape, which has been expanding for many decades, going from one of force or coercion, to one of consent. That's a change that we're familiar with. The ways that anti sort of like what would we call them, pro victim laws created,
Mhm.
things where you couldn't do things like ask what she was wearing, ask how much she drank. I always thought how much she drank was extremely germane. So
Yeah.
but the default is like you're not supposed to ask about that, both in on the court and in real life. um and then things like going like the Title IX tribunals, which were absolute shit shows of Kafkaesque nightmare,